Ross, it was an event that had a profound effect on every gay person living today. But how many of us in 2009 really know what happened back then?
Stonewall was one of the first places, I believe, in this area that actually started picketing peacefully instead of having this all-in-all riots.
When did Stonewall happen?
68.
True, it's an unscientific survey.
When did the riots happen?
But ask people on the street how much they know about the most important moment in gay history.
There's a connection between Judy Garland and Stonewall, according to myth. What's the connection?
Wasn't she the one that opened it?
And you might find yourself cringing with embarrassment.
Don't go there.
Kurt Kelly is the owner of the bar. He says people today just don't get it.
I've been told by from the 21 to 30-year-olds that their history isn't here, that they don't care, they don't want to come in. This is an old man's bar. And I said, but this is where it all began. They said, no, it all began at Splash for them.
At 1:20 a.m. on June 28, 1969, cops raided a bar on Christopher Street called the Stonewall Inn. They quickly lost control of the situation. Patrons fought back as hundreds of people gathered outside. After an officer manhandled one of the women, the crowd became a mob. The riots lasted 6 days. Dr. Martin Duberman is the author of Stonewall. He says the whole thing about Judy Garland was dreamed up by friends of Dorothy.
Of the many people I talked to for my book, Stonewall, nobody cited Judy Garland as a motivating factor in their own rebellion.
And what about that other myth? You know, the one about the dozens of fierce drag queens holding up their stilettos while chasing away the cops.
There certainly were such people, but I don't think the rebellion was run by drag queens. There were lots of ordinary patrons of Stonewall, like me. I mean, middle-class white guys.
The people who stood their ground here back in 1969 certainly couldn't have imagined that 4 decades later we'd be seeing state after state legalizing gay marriage. When it comes to equal rights, they're the ones who raised the bar. Ross?